waves lapping at the shore, alien birds screeching in the distance. Last time we found an alien turtle, I think. This game is so cool. So, premise, if you've never played The Dig or seen anything or heard anything about it, you're a team of space archaeologists. You launch this shuttle to an asteroid that's on a collision course with Earth. You plant some nukes in the asteroid to blow it up so that it won't collide with Earth. That doesn't quite work. It makes a big fissure, and you dig inside, and you end up being transported light years away from our solar system to some alien planet, which is where we are now. We've been exploring. One of our crew members died. Rest in peace. I forgot his name. It's been a week. And we are now, we found a shuttle, so we're gonna take that to a new area. We've had to do a few fun puzzles. I'm excited for what else is in store. What's his name? Yeah, I can't remember. Frisk or something. That's not quite it. Brisk. The guy with the accent. Nice background lighting. Oh, lightning? Yeah, the storm is really cool. The colors are really cool. Brinks. Thank you, Magus. I don't know why Twitch borked my sub. Anywho, good to be resub. I don't know what happened, Pratt, but welcome back. We're so glad to have you. Space archaeologist is what I want to be when I grow up, if I grow up. It's a beautiful combination of passions. And we are... I forget. The worst protagonist ever. I wish we played as Maggie. Okay, so... water. This is the space turtle. I think we wanted to go back though because there's a room before this. Yeah, the tram room that I didn't fully explore when we ended. I wanted to end on this nice sunset screen here. Maggie was up to some interesting stuff last we talked with her. We got separated. Also, Austin, hi. I don't know if I said hello. Welcome in. Happy Friday. I wanted to be an archaeologist when I was a kid, or rather a paleontologist. Yeah. It's like something that you always are exposed to as a child. We're always teaching kids about like dinosaurs and fossils and the earth and rocks and stuff at a young age, which is a good thing. And then you see that and you're like, that's so cool. I want to play in the dirt. I want to do that. I want to see dinosaur bones. This room we can call the tram. We can look at this weakened door, ruined door. Oh, and go outside. So we didn't miss too much. I just don't think I even examined these doors before we ended stream last time. Just Wikipedia'd this game. It's older than I thought. 95, I think?
I need some help to pry this door open.
Okay, we can't get this open. We don't have a crowbar or anything like that, right? We have a shovel, of course. Our shovel. Yeah, 1995. CD-ROM. Point and click. Going in the opposite direction of space. Marine archaeology is very much a real thing. You get to explore shipwrecks. That's so cool. Thank you again for that hype trade. Enjoy your hype emotes.
I need some help to pry this
Oh,
door
we have
open.
to do this with Maggie, maybe. Bring her back to open this. Hey, Sykes, welcome in. How are you? And now I'm a conductor in more than one sense. Nice. I love the little conductor badges, yeah. The hype emotes are cute, too.
It won't do anything.
Alright, so the shovel doesn't work on this door. What if we just click it? Does it tell us anything?
Nothing could open this door.
Nothing could open this door. Alright, that's a shame. Phoebe, do you want to come up? Maybe? Yeah, she does. Just got off of work. Yay! Happy weekend! I did wanna... We can talk about, BB as we play our game today as well. She had a good vet appointment yesterday, so... She's been really snuggly all day today, and she's loving the sun coming in through the windows again, now that it's warmed up a little bit. The two of them, her and Duncan, like, fight over the sunspots in the house to find their favorite place to take a nap. Nothing can open the door with that attitude. I know, so negative. What is our character's name again? I can't remember to save my life. Brink was our team member who is no longer with us. It's like Maggie Robbins is the cool person. Boston, thank you. Sergeant McBoobyface. Boston. So much sass. Thank you for contributing to the map challenge as well. That just started. That just kicked off for March for our next one, which will be doing the Western Hemisphere. So I look forward to that. Alright, now that we recapped, let's go back to the water. Sea creature. Go touch it.
That creature is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
It has the appearance of a six-legged turtle. It makes me wonder if they have a common ancestor back on Earth. Unless it's just a coincidence of parallel evolution.
How would they be related? How would that be possible? Where it said water, why did it say water? Can we give the sea creature like a treat? You want something? I don't have any snacks. I have teeth. Do you want some teeth? Can I put you on a leash? Now it's kind of blocking our path though. Will you wear a red coat and fedora for the map challenge? I should. We're dropping
Maggie,
some
we're
frames.
Here. I'd tell her not to take a chance on swimming in the same water with a large eel that may or may not think of her as dinner. So maybe I'll take my own advice and stay on dry land.
Okay, let's not go for a swim. You did miss the Europe one, but I made a highlight of it. It should be in like the community events collection in the video section, Pratt. I should post that on the Discord too, just so there's like an easy link to get to it. It was fun. I messed up pretty bad, but in some areas I did really well. I'm still mad about the Black Sea. I will never not be mad. At myself, not at the Black Sea. Can I do anything else down here? I can walk up here. But that's as far as I can go. So I do wonder if we have to like feed something to this turtle eventually. I don't want to try using a tusk on the turtle, but I'm going to. No spoilers? Okay.
I don't want to frighten him away.
Okay, cool. We're being nice to the wildlife. Put away tusk. Oops. Let's go back to the path then. Notice your earrings. Thank you, Bruce. Yeah, these are my favorites. We've got a moon and a star. There's a Slime Rancher multiplayer mod? Wait, what? Since when, Ta? Heck. That was so fun. We played during the subathon. I hadn't played in ages, and it was so nice to go back to. It's the perfect trying to stay awake game. I missed it if it was a spoiler, but no worries. Probably just better on the safe side. Thank you, mods. This is pretty. Panel. Door. Strange device. Okay, let's look at the panel. Is this similar to the one we used to get the crystal in the basement?
Another ghost.
Okay, cool.
The last one pointed the way down into the Nexus. Of course, that's how Brink died.
This is true. Oh, puzzle time. Switch and whatever this green stuff is. All we've got is a switch and exit. I want to look at the panel too. I can't open it. Use a shovel on it.
It won't do anything.
It won't do anything. Did I complete an environmental puzzle? I don't know, did I? Send me a link. Thanks, Ta. Thank you, thank you. Alright, let's press the button. It does something. It lights up this gem. But that's it. Pretty. Do I have anything in my inventory that matches this panel? No. Because when you click on the device,
There's a signal here.
It does this.
Clear reading. It doesn't point in any direction.
They're D&D dice, yeah. Alright, let's go in here. Oh, a green thing. We probably need that.
Displays set into the walls. Inscriptions here and there. I'd say it looks like some kind of museum.
Museum? Really? Okay. There's a snarky comment. Yeah, no worries, Jeffrey, no worries.
Crystals.
We got some crystals. Put them in my inventory. Let's read this tablet.
Symbols written on a plate. Looks like an alphabet.
Oh, and we get to keep that. Let's check it out. Can I... What do I do? This? Ooh. Okay, here's a glowing crystal that we need to put in that symbol from the other puzzle, maybe? It looks very similar to what we just saw in that other panel. This, it's not looking familiar. Don't know what that is yet. Some circle thing inside of some other circle thing. It's a big triangle. It starts with all these symbols down here and works its way up to this glowy thing. Some schematic? I don't know what this is. Okay. What does this say? Display? Let's go look at the display in the museum, I suppose. And this is also a display up here. And if we go... Where's the exit? How did we get in here? I thought this is how we got in, this door up here. Outside. Oh, there's a door down below. I see, I see. Speaking of D&D, I had my first session in almost exactly 2 years last Saturday. How was it? Chocobos. What is happening? Okay, I need to write this down. Notebook time.
Could this be some sort of burial chamber?
How did you get burial chamber from that sequence? You're brilliant, dude. What? Okay, King Chocobo with 4 chocobos. And then it gets smaller. And then there's only 3. And mountain. And then there's I guess a grave. And then there's a grave with a tree. And then the tree gets bigger.
The larger moon is being eclipsed by the smaller one.
You have so many things to say that I'm missing that I didn't pick out. Okay, King Chocobo. I did so much shorthand that looks like absolute scraps of writing. I will take a picture of this and share it with you because my shorthand is hilarious. To me, at least. Maybe you'll get a kick out of it. King Chocobo with 4 chocobos, right? I have to fill it in because I didn't get all the words that I said out loud. And then King is smaller. And then 3 with a mountain in the middle. We'll watch it one more time. And then there's a mountain and a grave. And then the grave with a tree, and then the tree gets bigger. And something about an eclipse. Mountain with moon. And then 2 moons. But the last 2...
The larger moon is being eclipsed by the smaller one.
Weird. It's our protagonist, just makes cheesy Indiana Jones comments. Yes. Felt so good to play again. It was pretty much a recap session. Next session is in 2 weeks. I'm excited. That's awesome. I'm glad. I'm excited for you. It seems like there's a lot more to walk around and see in this room. Yeah. Another rod.
Another one of these engravings on a stick.
Those are important. Oh, this is also a door. I don't want to go through this door yet. I just want to walk down here and see if there's more. No. Let's look at the other display then. There's 3 displays and 2 doors. Pizza. Pizza with dead chocobo. And then split in half. And then a splat with a sun inside. Weird. Maybe I should just try to draw these. Pizza inside of a square. Oops, I divided it the wrong way. I wish I could... Oh, can I pause it? I can pause it! Right. Chocobo... skeleton below the pizza symbol changes. It splits in half, it looks like. And then it looks like this in quarters, but also the original one is split in half. I can't spell skeleton today. I keep writing skeleton. It does happen pretty quickly, yeah. This is fun. I have no idea why this comes next in the sequence. I feel like it looks very different from everything else. Blob inside of a sun. And then we've got the Eye of the Universe inside of the blob. Mostly lurking while working on something, but that felt like I'm listening to an unaired episode of Bee and Puppy Cat. This is me trying to translate these symbols. Neat doodles, but what do they mean? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. And then the blob and the Eye of the Universe turns into a skeleton inside of a sunburst. I'm pretty happy with this little skeleton drawing I'm doing, though. I'll take pictures of these too. I didn't know I was gonna have to set up a notes camera today. And then it's just a regular chocobo at the end. Okay, and we have no commentary on that one, so who can say what that means? The number of times I misspelled database as database is not even funny anymore. Blob inside of a sun, dead, the eye of the universe. Definitely sounds like Beat and Puppy Cat. Zara, thanks for using your human beans for the map challenge. Display. Let's do this again. Pentagon gem goes into slot with pillars. Another pentagon empty slot. Some aliens talking to some other alien chocobos. Now we're all a big happy alien family. We go down a staircase. And that's it. The pizza story really took a turn, yeah. Let me take notes on this one. Alright, this is this like pentagon looking gem. Goes into this slot. It's interesting, they're facing different directions. Like the empty thing where the pentagon is going, the point is facing up, but the gem, the point is facing down. Chocobo or Chozo? True. Combo. Combo deal. And these pillars remind me of that room with the claw machine. This sounds so ridiculous. Gem goes in slot. And then basically it's in there and it's glowing. It's complete, and now there's some grass growing on the top. Oops. Oh, I should have used a pencil, not a pen. What am I doing? How can I fix this? Like this. Oh, thinking on my feet. I drew it really big too. Chocobozo. Then this is like a different empty slot. I don't know. Maybe this is zoomed out. Maybe this is a map of the area where we first arrived or something like that. And it's showing that that slot, the original one, is at the center of this. Maybe. Another empty slot? Question mark? Map? Question mark? And then... oh yeah, and then we get a bunch of these confusing things. Hi, Phoebe. You want to sit on my lap again? She's being a little indecisive at the moment. Come on. No? Oh, here's a cutie. How do you press on space to continue? You mean outer space? I don't know. I'm just clicking out of the window and clicking back in, honestly. 1, 2, 3. Let me label these. 1, 2, 3. Because 4, I'm not drawing this. I'm just gonna write a description. At Chocobo. And then what's 5 gonna be? The monsters look like griffins? Maybe a little bit. They've got sort of like... what is the creature being called that's the body of the torso of a man, but the legs of a goat? They almost look like goat legs with chocobo bodies. And then weird crab claw hands. Satyr? Is that how you say it? Not Minotaur. The second one. Yeah. The thing from Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe. The person. The being. Okay, now they're all walking in a party. And it looks like they're in front of a door in the last one, maybe. Here, I just want to close this door so I can keep an eye on BB. I don't want her, running out to the other room yet. Okay, and then the last one is this staircase looking thing. Staircase. Why? Oh. Oh, that can't be good. You still in things? Oh no. Hang on, friends. Sorry about that. She knocked over what I thought was an empty seltzer can, but it turns out it was a mostly empty seltzer can. Not a big deal, but I just want to make sure nothing got, like, anything more than a couple of drips on it. That's my bad for leaving that where I left it. Because it's lightweight enough that she can bump it over with her cone, and she happens to, you know, bump a lot of stuff over with her cone. Okay. Cat emergency? No, she just bumped over some seltzer, which I thought the can was like completely empty, but it had more in it than I realized. Not tons, but we're good. You could tell by my, I know, my voice going, oh no, like, not that alarmedly, but then it was right above the N64, which I'm like, you know, I haven't played it in ages, but I've had it for a really long time, and I don't want it to be, damaged, if I can help it. But we're good. Okay. I took my notes. That's all he has to say about that one. What did we pick up? These crystals? Can we look at those?
I have 2 crystals.
No, we can't look closer. Can we look at this? Yeah, we did already look at the tablet. I'm wondering if we can use the crystals with the thing outside. I kind of want to go look at that before we go through these other doors. Phoebe, you're fussy right now, huh? We might have to take a cat break because I think she wants... No, are you gonna settle? I think she wants food, but it's not quite food time, but maybe close enough for her liking, you know? I was gonna do it whenever we go on stream break.
It won't do anything. I can't use these 2 things together.
So I can't use this here yet. Or use it there at all. It seems like it's a matching color, but that's about it. She's riled up, yeah. Why are you not paying attention to me? She was sitting on my lap all while I was prepping for stream, and now she's like, no, I need to get up on this table and knock stuff over. Mystic, hi, welcome in. Thanks for the hello. Close enough to spoil BB with some early food, yeah. Definitely. Happy Friday. Trying to maneuver Boston around this. This is, oh right, this lower door. Well, I guess we're going to the upper one first. No, this is a display. Oh, not another one. Weird device. Chocobo with device next to mountain. 3 chocobos with weird device next to mountain. Using device on mountain. Mountain turned into door. Turns into archway.
That canister sure packs a
It's a
punch.
canister, okay. Is it a explosive? Doing good, how are you? Glad it's the weekend. I got to hang out with my mom for a little bit earlier and just been chilling, getting some work done. Oop, I need a new page because I drew these other drawings too big. This is like, I don't even know how to describe this. 3 teeth, and then in between them is some pillars, sort of like a, I don't even know, like a pillar sandwich. And then more teeth on the bottom. What? What is happening? But he's calling this a canister? How? How does this look like a canister? Okay, 2. Chocobo carries canister to, I don't know, wall, mountain, what is this? We don't know. My right leg decided to cramp while I slept. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's never fun. I get really bad toe cramps sometimes, and it's the worst. Vertical power bomb, yeah. Pillar sandwich, I have the day off today. Nice. Enjoy. This one is basically the same picture. But the wall is bigger. Hi, can I help you? Hello? Do you need something? She just walked out onto the table to turn around and then sit back. I have a little like towel on the other table that is next to the desk. Because I know she's going to want to jump up there. And she jumps up and sits on it. And then she'll like meander over to the keyboard and you're doing good. Use canister on wall / mountain. Makes a hole. And then I think it turns into the archway afterwards, right? I think that's like an explosion is that midway point. That's what they're trying to show. She's like... Thank you for the clip. She's like dangerously close to the stream deck too. She's probably gonna press, I don't even know, ending screen or something.
Boom.
Boom. Alright, thank you, Boston. Yes. Let's go through this door and then we're gonna take a quick break. Present BB, I know. Oh, Maggie! Reunited!
Boston.
Maggie,
Yay! We found Maggie.
I wasn't aware that I was missing.
You know what I mean.
Yes.
I found a way to get where you are. Through the museum, back that
The
way.
museum.
That's nice, Boston. If that's the museum, then I guess this is the library.
I found out how to open doors back in the Nexus. There's a tram that leads out here.
Okay, yes, good, good.
Look, Boston, I think it's great you're finding things out, but I'm trying to concentrate here. I feel like I'm so close to making sense of some of this stuff, and I just want to stay here and keep working.
I love her.
All right?
Sure, of course. Anyway, I know where to find you, and you know how to get out of here if you want to.
Good, this is good.
Thanks. Yes. When I learn something, I'll call you on the box, okay?
All right. All right, yes, I won't bug you anymore. Right
Yes,
now.
ma'am. A more likable character, yay! Big bada boom. Exactly, Wiley. The streamer I follow has a segment they call Cleaning the Stream Deck, which is full of sound effects just so... Oh, that's funny! They just press, like, clean off the keys and it presses every single button. I like it. I don't have any sound effects on the Stream Deck, just scene changes and commands and stuff, but... good. We're reunited. Maggie's busy working on library things. We're gonna walk around some more and explore and then report back to her. So, thanks for hanging out. Early break today, but, BB's the boss. I'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back, humans. The cats are eating their meals. I hope you had a nice break. Get up, walk around, do a stretch, have some water. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for supporting a fellow human. Welcome in. Hi, Bush. Welcome in. How's it going? Again, sorry for the interruption, but it's like the best reason for an interruption, which is for the cats. The command for for the sound clips. It is thank you for all these commands. We don't have a hydrate one. We have sounds, exclamation point sounds tells you yeah. After the seltzer spill happened, oh my gosh, yeah, it's exclamation point redeem and then oh no. But the pricing changed on all the sound alerts. I've been messing with it. I need to adjust it again, I think. Yeah, thank you, Magus. I should put that in the panel somewhere, like just a few of our basic commands. Alright, so we found Maggie. We're reunited. And she basically just said, yeah, I'm busy. Keep looking around. Whatever. She's calling this the library, and it's got a console. And then the entrance to the museum. What else is over here? Anything we can interact with? Mom, hi, welcome in. Hello, hello. No, it doesn't look like there's anything else we can interact with in here. And I don't want to talk to Maggie right now. She said to leave her alone, so... Best to leave her alone. Console. Let's check that out.
I've decided that has to be a control console for a data retrieval system. When I use the controls, different inscriptions appear.
Oh.
Sometimes different languages.
Fun.
If English comes up, I'll let you know.
Thanks, Maggie. Well, I don't want to bother her, but is there really nothing else to do in this room?
Robbins.
I think I gotta tell her about all this other stuff. Let's tell her about the tablet.
I found this in the museum. Can you read it?
It's not the same set of symbols I'm finding in the database here.
Okay.
I don't think it's designed for strangers to be able to read it.
Okay. Rigerton, hi, welcome in. How are you? I am, in fact, human. And Daxon, welcome in. Hello, hello. Some shiny new VIP badges today for March. Enjoy. Let's see if she wants...
Do you think it's possible to raise the dead?
These crystals?
Spiritually, yes. I've witnessed many ceremonies.
What?
Physically rejuvenate, I'm not sure.
What?
Why?
Oh, probably nothing.
Wait, the crystal was green. And now it's blue. And apparently the crystals raise the dead?
Do you think it's possible to raise the dead?
Spiritually, physically.
Okay,
Oh,
that's the same thing. Are we gonna raise Brink from the dead? Oh, I hope so. Okay, tab,
still
plate.
looking for more of these plates, Maggie.
While you're at it, see if you can find a big juicy steak. Or, I'm not fussy, a nice salad, or even a couple of grapes.
Yeah, food would be good. Are we supposed to use the items we found on that turtle? Are we gonna eat the turtle?
There's no doubt about it, Maggie. These ghosts are trying to guide us.
Well, I wish one of them would come here and help me translate these inscriptions.
Yeah, that would be nice, huh? What did I miss? We found all of these drawings in the museum. In a museum, it's like a room full of drawings. I don't know, that's what we decided to call it. That's what Boston decided to call it. So I took a bunch of notes, and in some of them there's these aliens that look like chocobos. Maybe chozo, maybe chocobos. And you see them with their feathers, and then you see them as skeletons. And from all of that, I wasn't making out that you could raise them from the dead, but apparently you can raise them from the dead. I don't know. There's some jewels, there's some trees, there's some graves. There's a bomb at one point. Well, but maybe we gotta watch them all again. I'm just as confused as you are, Daxon.
How are you doing with your data retrieval?
I'm retrieving, I'm just not understanding.
But you're pretty sure it's their language.
I don't know. Just like the museum you found, I think this library was meant to be used by lots of different species. I think this language may have been especially designed to be easy to translate.
Huh.
If it's easy, why is it taking so long?
Wow, rude.
It's easy compared to translating a genuinely alien language that you've never heard spoken aloud. Give me a break, Boston.
Seriously.
I think I've got a handle on a couple of the symbols, but I have to test it out and see if it makes sense.
I'm thinking that maybe we should consider teaming up
No,
again.
leave her alone.
Why? I think the answer to getting home is here in these displays. You go out and explore like you have been, and I'll work at getting us home. When I figure it out, I'll take you with me. No charge.
God. I love how the pixel art is done. It's good. We've been saying it holds up. It's nice. Okay, llama, sounds good. Thank you. Some ETs, raise the dead, lots of crystals, lots of stuff going on. Yeah. We talked about all this. We can talk about Brink.
I'm sorry Brink is dead.
Me too.
But I don't think it's right for you to blame me for it.
Was she blaming us for it?
It's not safe for us to be separated.
It's fine.
It's not safe for us to be together either. In fact, Boston, it's just plain not safe.
He like misses her. He really wants to be together again. You know what time it is? That's right. Time for bedtime. You and chat have a great one. Happy time zone. Thank you, Pratt. Good night. Sleep well. We will see you around. I'm glad we got to catch you for a little bit today. Say something profound.
As irritating as he was sometimes.
Oh, we've
I really
heard this
miss having
already.
Brink around.
There's nothing you let it.
We've had that. What question do we ask?
Have you deciphered any
Okay,
of
we're
the
rushing her.
Yeah.
Let's leave her alone now.
Thanks.
I think all we can do is go back to the... Because if we click the console, she just talks to us. We can't look at it.
If English.
Let's go back. Display. I wonder if the displays are meant to go in a certain order. but I just don't know what it is. We also have a new engraved rod, so we might be able to take that back to the Nexus. I think that's probably what we should do next, if nothing else. And find food. Yeah, let's just go down. 1 second. Just now see the stream title. Oh, I hope you like it. Yeah, I was gonna put Dig Dug, which would also have been funny. Anything digging related. But I don't know any, or like Nancy Drew in space, but with shovels. I don't know. Are you done with your dinner? You finished? That's it? You don't want more? She's done eating. She's grooming now. Hey, Semi, welcome in. I don't want to interrupt her grooming until when she starts fussing with, like, you know. Girl. Here, she's a space cat again. Are you done eating or not? Dig Dug, yeah. Maybe for the next stream we can have a Dig Dug title. I don't know how many streams this is gonna take. I go pretty slow, and today was gonna be shorter, so maybe a third one. We'll see. Maybe we give this panel to the turtle. Give these glowing crystals to the turtle. Oh, it went away. Boston, why? Okay, that was interesting.
I don't want to frighten him away.
I don't think we can use any items on it. It's gonna frighten him. Brad, welcome in. What, Dig Dug's not your favorite game? In the whole history of streaming and Sneak Bike? How are you, Bren? Happy Friday. How far back do we have to take the tram and walk all the way back to the Nexus? It's gonna take ages. Oh well. Oh, why didn't we tell Maggie about the weakened door? What if we connect a wire to the tram and then have the tram pull the door out of its frame? There's a cat on a scratching post. Can we go anywhere else besides where we've already been? We get to see this animation again, though. It's real cool. I was saying last time, very Riven. Beautiful. I don't think there's anything else to click on. That's the trim call button. Nexus. Oh, right. We could always... Okay, we can just get back to the Nexus from here. It's not that far of a journey after all. Want to see an HD remake of Riven? Yeah. Yeah. We've still got the sparks. I don't know that anything in this room will have changed. But let's try the... Let's try looking at this new engraved rod. Let me draw it. It's a green cube looking thing. And then a blue... what shape is that? D4? No, it's a 5-sided, right? Because that's a square on the bottom. And then we've got a hexagon in red. And a diamond in red. Hey Solarum, welcome in. I'm doing good, how are you? We are learning a lot of new stuff in this game today. Taking us places. A rod of candies, yeah. GD6, BD4, RD20, RD8. Thank you, Bagus. I wouldn't know. Thematically appropriate earrings. Thank you, Bush, yeah. It was intentional. I love the noise these make when you move them. Saraha, hi!
There's so many. Are they friendly, Kara? The people here?
Don't worry, you're gonna fit
You're
right
gonna
in.
fit right in. Also, JP, hi, welcome in. Saraha, how are you? I think Llama's still away for a minute, so let me get you a shout out. Antable, hi, welcome in. How's your stream? How's The Sims? Doing good. I'm glad, Solarum. Happy Friday. Happy weekend, everyone. It's a cozy raid. Very chill. Are you working on a particular build or a challenge or just casual Sims? Cozy Friday Sims? Everyone go follow Saraha. Check her out in her community. It's wonderful. Very cozy. Cozy raid. Hi, Jeffrey again. Rags to riches. Nice. That's fun. I love watching The Sims. I've never played The Sims 4, but I played the original Sims when I was a kid all the time. Got a 2-story house, making it big. Very cool. Sounds like you're making good progress. Welcome in. If you don't know me, I'm Jen. Hello. We're playing a puzzle game called thedig. It's a retro point-and-click space archaeology. Fits right in with all of my favorite things. I've never played any of the previous Sims games. Really? That's cool.
Human beings, it
Bren,
turns out, are weird.
thank you for gifting a sub to Saraha. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Saraha, welcome back to the human race. Courtesy of Bren, enjoy your Earth Badger emotes, your ad-free viewing. We're so glad to have you. Thanks, Bren. We're doing these door puzzles. So Chad is telling me what kind of dice these are because I don't know my dice. But we need a green cube in the first slot. Thanks for the hype. Yeah. This one. And then a blue... Well, Magus told me what they were, but I scrolled too far down. Something D4. Maybe. I'm just gonna call it a blue pyramid. There it is, BD4. Blue D4. You did some shorthand for me. And a D8. Gonna pop into a lurk and grab food. Of course, enjoy lurk and food. Thank you for the raid, Saraha. It's good to see you. It's a fun one. I didn't know, but I guess the dig is sort of a retro classic favorite, so. This didn't do anything. So after all that, this must be the wrong door. Okay. Bye. Let's try the next one. Okay. Oh, we have to go all the way around for this red. There. Yes! We got it. Super! Hey Shameen, welcome in. Happy Friday. Good to see you. We found a new area. Boston, come over here where I can see you. Nothing clickable on the left side so far. Just the nexus if we go back up the staircase. Tram call. Oh. Okay. Is that all we can do from here? So this is not just like...
Uh-oh. The other trams came as soon as I called them. Maybe there are some controls somewhere.
Oh. Have we seen anything that looks like tram controls? Because now we're in the hub, we're in the center, and from the center we can take the tram to all these different islands. But how do we determine where the tracks are, I guess? Because the tram needs to come around from the other area so that it can go out to this new island that we're trying to get to. Can we walk down here? No. Are there controls up above us in the main area? What was that panel on the wall upstairs? We picked up the metallic plate up there, but I don't know. I don't remember. We need to look around again. Sealed door. Oh, it labels it for us. That's really handy. Now it says museum tram. Dark tunnel. Ramp. Sealed door. Have we used all of these? We can look at the purple one. We used the purple one. And we have this yellow one.
It's a rod.
But we can't examine it.
Geometric shapes.
And I don't know why. It's a rod. He says that every time. Back to my last bit of work. Enjoy the dig. Good luck with work. I will enjoy it. I have been enjoying it. Admiral, welcome in. What will you dig up today? I don't know. This is what I think is the control panel, but can we do anything with it? But the tablet.
I can't use these two things together.
We found this. We dug up this. Not really dug it up. There's actually not a lot of digging in the dig.
Shallow indentation. Shallow
indentations. Maybe you'll dig up some fresh dialogue for this guy. I can't use these two things together. We did find Maggie. We got some dialogue with Maggie, so that was nice. She's in this area that we've named the library.
There's a huge amount of energy flowing along this column.
And then if we go through the dark tunnel, that takes us to the airlock room with a bunch of control crystals. So maybe we need to look at that again. This takes us to that original puzzle. I don't know I don't know what to do here. Is this powering the tram? We took this crystal with us.
Operating normally.
So weird looking. Because I think all the crystal here that was inside the empty slot, that just powered the button that allowed us to fix the thing below. Let's go back through here. And then if we need it, we'll look up a hint. Because normally I wouldn't do that, but for this game, sometimes I need a nudge. I didn't realize that was still open. I forgot I left it open from last time. Airlock door. Yeah. Glowing panel. Did we put crystals in here?
That won't fit.
No.
It won't accomplish anything.
It won't accomplish anything. Once again, not with that attitude.
That won't fit.
I have a couple of ideas, but they're pretty sketchy ideas, yeah. Crystal, we tried this before.
That won't fit. I can't use these two things together. This crystal is lifeless.
Is that the tram we need?
It's an energized crystal. I can't use these two. It won't do anything. That won't fit.
Macchiato, hi, welcome in. Suddenly I'm here and Saraha is gone. Saraha raided us. She's lurking. It's good to see you. Happy Friday. Alright. I'm curious, Jeffrey. Safe word, what are your sketchy ideas? Just because I'm like, oh, I wonder what other people are thinking. Hi, Remy, welcome in. It's good to see you. Window. Yeah, this is the room where we learned that these windows, it shows us all the different islands. So I feel like it would make sense this room is a tram control. The 5 crystals have something to do with the tram. Yeah, I think so. Does this, what did this tell us?
There's a crystalline tube stretching across the bottom of the sea.
Okay.
There's an undersea tunnel leading into the base of a nearby island.
Right, that's the tram. I'm happy to listen.
From this vantage point, I can see a whole system of underwater tunnels.
I'm happy to listen to this ambient, weird, space aquatic music, but I'm not sure what we do next.
I see many undersea tunnels, all leading from the large central island to the smaller islands.
Yeah, and we're trying to get to one of the smaller islands, but the tram won't take us there.
I see many undersea tunnels.
Okay, that's repeat. This game needs fast travel between areas as well. I have a thought, yeah. I'm curious. What is it, Magus? Hey 82, welcome in. How are you? I hope you had a good week.
There's no reaction between these two objects.
I hope you had a good week too. There's no reaction between these two objects. Can you put all 4 shaped long rods into the holes? I tried one of them in one of the holes and it didn't work, but I can try it again. I can try all of them. This one didn't fit.
That won't fit. That won't fit.
That won't fit. That won't fit. Cause yeah, there's 3 rods and there's 3 holes.
That won't fit. That won't fit.
And I wonder if the rods are
That
good
won't
for
fit.
anything other than opening the doors in the other room. Did I try red or pink? I forget.
That won't fit.
No
That won't
fit.
fit. That
I don't
won't
want to
fit.
listen to you anymore, Boston.
That won't fit. That won't. That won't.
That won't. That won't. That won't.
That won't fit.
Thank you.
This
And I
crystal is
can't take the
lifeless.
crystal out of this slot. I can't take
It's an
any of them
energized
away.
crystal. It's an
Sick
energized
beat.
crystal.
I wonder if it will fit. Yeah. And I can't use the wire because I was thinking we had to charge this with the
It won't
energy
do
from the
anything.
other room. Because you can
It won't
use
do
the
anything.
wire on
That won't
the
fit.
sparks in the other room. What about the tusk?
That won't fit. I can't use these two things together.
What do you think, Magus? What's your other idea?
It won't do. It won't do it. I can't use these two things.
I can't use these two things together. I want a remix of all of Boston's negative voice lines.
It won't do anything.
Blue crystal with crystal.
That won't fit.
And the device isn't an object I can use in things. It's just something that I can open like a compass. Can you interact with the intersection of the crystal formations? Oh yeah, the cluster.
It won't
Yeah.
it won't
I tried
accomplish
doing
anything.
something with that earlier,
That
but
won't
I don't
fit.
remember
It won't do anything.
what I tried. Maybe the wire with the cluster.
It won't do anything.
Can I just take the cluster?
It's an energized crystal. It's where all the crystals meet.
I'm getting the impression these are just a readout, but you can't change anything from here, but the holes are still suspect. The holes are definitely suspect. This is telling us, yeah, maybe that the 5th tram is down, but we can't change it from here. Maybe something else we do in another room will energize this crystal. I like that theory.
It won't
So many
accomplish
crystals in this game. Crystal, 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 crystal.
anything. It won't do anything.
It won't do anything.
This crystal is lifeless. It's where all the crystals meet.
Using every ounce of willpower to avoid being a 12-year-old, please. You're doing a great job. And I don't... Okay, here, this thing in the center looks like what we're working on now, maybe. Maybe? It's so hard to tell what any of this is. Yeah. Success, time for coffee. Enjoy your coffee. Can you use the triangular crystal in the triangle panel in the Nexus? Oh, I don't know. Well, the triangle panel in the Nexus is divided into 4 parts, so we've put a triangle panel, like a smaller one, inside the larger one. I think we need the different plates to put into there. But we can check that out. Did we try this in the center? Yeah.
It won't accomplish anything.
It won't accomplish anything.
It's an energized crystal.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to...
It's an energized crystal.
Yeah, I want to exit. I don't know that we can do anything there. Space IKEA, yeah. Why do you have to turn in a circle? And what was over here? Dude. Oh, I guess we can't go there. Nope. Can you touch the lit crystals? I can. And it says this is an energized crystal. I don't think I can touch anything else. IKEA the Final Frontier. Oh, that does remind me. I posted it in our Final Frontier channel in the Discord, but I'm thinking about watching Star Trek on Sundays in the Discord after stream, because I'm still trying to catch up on so much, and there are a lot of Next Generation episodes that I skipped over to try to get through it faster, so I might go back and watch some of the ones I skipped. Second, I really want to watch Discovery so that I can watch the newest Discovery, because I hear the new one is like way better than the first season. So I'm gonna go like quickly through some of the other seasons to get to where I can keep up with it, maybe? I don't know. I'm still in season 4 of DS9, so chipping away. Not very helpful. I was thinking it was maybe a high-tech synthesizer. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know what it is yet. What's the Temple of Zeo Crystal, Al? Also, I can't remember is Voyager on Netflix? We could watch Voyager in the Discord, too. I haven't seen any of it. Why, Miser? That's my life right now. I don't like Boston. I want to be Maggie. We're a little stuck, so we're trying some theories. I think Voyager's on Netflix. Perfect. Maggie is PogChamp. We've learned that maybe we can resurrect people from the dead, so that's cool. And this is the triangle panel you were talking about, right? I don't think I can put the crystal in here because I think it wants us to find more metallic plates. But we don't have any yet.
It won't do anything.
It won't do anything. Oh, Boston. Weird screen edges that might be other areas. So this is, I legit cried when Brink died as a kid. I didn't understand that the game was scripted and felt this immense guilt over my commanding decisions. Oh no! I could see that. They do kind of make you feel like you told him to go down there. He wanted to and you let him. So this goes back up to the canyon, which is where we started the game. This up here above the door isn't anything. This door, we don't have a panel to open it. This panel opened this door, but that's where the tram is, and I don't know how to power the tram from that entrance. This door has a panel, but we don't have an associated key. Sparks? I don't know what to do with the sparks.
When this rock fell from the ceiling, it must have cracked open an energy conduit under the floor.
An energy conduit under the floor. And if we use wire with it, it says I don't want to electrocute myself or something like that.
Always attach the jumper
Oh,
cables to
yeah.
the battery first.
It makes you think that there's a dead battery that you would attach the wire to so that you could charge it up again. But I don't think we have a dead battery. What, these?
The crystal is too smooth for the wire to hold.
Too smooth. So we need to chip it up with a tooth.
It makes the tusk just slightly warm.
We heated up a tusk.
The crystal is making the teeth twitch.
That's weird.
The crystal is too smooth for the wire to hold.
Okay. What if we use the crystals on the spark?
It won't do anything.
It won't do anything. Shoutouts to Brink for being played by Steve Bloom at like the beginning of his career. The voice acting is fun, and it has subtitles and cool graphics. Is there anything in this room that needs a charge? I don't think so. We've got glowing plants that we can touch. We've got a couple of open doors. We've got the way back to the control room, and then we've got the way down to the first puzzle we solved, which has the claw game. I do have a question. So in our inventory, we've got the pink and the red engraved rods, which we've each used already to open 2 doors. We've got the yellow engraved rod. Oh, but it just says engraved rod. It doesn't say a color. Is there a way I can examine this rod like I examined the other two, or is it just here as a sample? You can answer that, safe word, if you know. Otherwise, I can look it up too. Do you use perfumes? A little bit. Why do you ask, Macchiato? The wire and the spark seem like a good lead. Just need to figure out what else to use with the wire. Yeah. If I use the magnifying glass with this rod, it says it's a rod.
It's a rod.
In
Engraved.
the best voice ever.
5 geometric shapes.
But if I use it on these, I can see, like, we've used this. It's a rod. Engraved. Do you have a theory about the engraved rod? Is this turning... Well, if it gets too far into collaborative puzzling, I will let you know. But I'm kind of enjoying hearing your takes on it if you haven't played it either. I don't want to just be told, like, yeah, go here, go here, go here, go here. But it's fun to brainstorm together on this one. I started getting interested in perfumes. I'm currently smelling perfume samples. Oh, fun! New experiences from you? Right now, I've pretty much only been using Lush perfume. I have this giant bottle that I still haven't used up yet. It's the one called... something about love. I forget what it's called. Fenris, hi. I keep forgetting there was a time before there were only 3 male voice actors. Steve Bloom impersonators, and Steve Bloom impersonating a Steve Bloom impersonator. Welcome in. All I will say is the rod is slightly different from the others and its purpose hasn't been revealed yet. Well, that helps. I mean, it's 5 instead of 4 shapes. And apparently we don't know what it's for yet, so yeah, that's good enough for me. Which brand? It's Lush's own. They make their own perfumes. I think technically it's like Gorilla Perfume or something. That's maybe the brand that they source to make theirs. Hey Ruben, happy Friday. Welcome in. Boston is played by T-1000 from Terminator 2. I think someone told us that on the first day, maybe? And Boston likes to touch these glowing plants. And they drain our energy. Maybe. Tap. Boop. Let's use the glowing crystals on Brink.
You could be irritating sometimes, but you sure didn't deserve to die.
You sure didn't deserve to die. Rest in peace, Brink.
Who knows if this will even work? Even if these really are the same
Okay,
crystals
wow,
you saw
alright.
resurrecting an alien in that museum display, they weren't designed for humans.
Yeah, let's do it! Bring him back!
But it's worth
Yeah! Oh my god, what? What? It's the capsule. Are we gonna explode? Oh my god.
Brink, are you okay?
How are we supposed to know to do that?
I feel fine.
Yay!
I remember digging.
I remember
The
digging.
ground gave way under me.
Brink, you've been dead for several hours.
You Americans, always exaggerating.
I assure you, Brink, no pulse, no breath.
What?
Dead. But I found a couple of life crystals in a museum. In the display there,
We're
got an
so
idea of how to
insane.
use them.
And I used them on you. I found alien crystals in a museum and I used them on you.
See it.
I wasn't sure it would work on a human being.
Our cellular structures must be very similar.
How would you
Boston,
know?
It didn't just bring me to life. It brought me to life. I feel more powerful, more energetic, more alive than I've ever felt before.
No. No. I don't trust you.
Maggie?
You're
Will you
injected
read me?
with alien goo now.
Yes, I do. I hope this is important.
Yes, Maggie.
I think so.
Yes, it is.
Brink isn't dead anymore, Maggie.
What the hell?
You have a very sick sense of humor. Goodbye.
No, wait, I'm serious.
Deadly serious.
Brink! I can't believe it.
It was a crystal I found in the museum. The display there showed it bringing someone back to life.
See, and I don't get how he read that, but he said it, so
A crystal that heals
we
the
tried
dead.
it. That's the only
If we
thing.
ever get back home, this will change the world. It'll change everything.
It's not just being alive again, Maggie. I feel perfect. I feel like I never knew what good health was until today.
Now it's all the more important we find a way home.
It's always kind of important to me.
Keep exploring, Boston. I'll get back to work on the language.
You got it, Maggie.
Wild. Okay, I'm Mariah. Hi, welcome in. This was a very weird place to jump into stream. Better than finding an alien crystal in a donut shop? Fair enough. You found the cure for death and you used it on somebody unknown. Yeah, trace vibes. Elsa Nova, you died. I what? You died. I what? So, I was a child. I wasn't ready. We found all those drawings in the museum. The museum. Oh, we got to keep one of the crystals. And it showed... Why, Miser? I'm gonna take a picture of these drawings and put them in the Discord because these are my notes, okay? Chocobo skeleton. Eye of the universe inside blob inside sun. Chocobo inside a sun. Regular chocobo. And somehow from that, Boston was like, oh, these crystals can bring back the dead. The other one. King chocobo with 4 chocobos. King is smaller. 3 chocobos and mountain with moon. Mountain and grave with 2 moons. Grave with tree. Tree gets bigger and there's a full moon. God. So, Brink, what are you gonna do now that you're alive again? Let me tell you what you missed. Well, first let me say something profound.
This place is as empty as an ancient ruin, but at the same time, almost everything is still in working order.
I know what you mean. This must have been how the bear's house felt to Goldilocks. They just stepped away for a moment. They'll be back anytime.
He just came back to life and that's your profound statement? Whatever.
You still feel okay, Brink?
It's almost worth falling through holes on alien planets if you feel this good afterward.
Do you think Maggie can learn an alien language?
How dare you doubt Maggie?
She's very intuitive. If she used a crystal, she could learn anything.
Are we gonna put alien goo on Maggie?
Maggie's found the library, or that's what we think it is.
Can she read the language already?
What if we had done that before we brought Brink back to life?
She has mastered the library controls.
Well, even if we can't find a way to get home, at least she may learn enough to help us stay alive here.
I wonder if Brink needs to eat or he doesn't have that desire any longer. Because we haven't found food yet. None of us has eaten. And many hours have passed. Well, none of us have drank water. That's more important.
I got this inscription from the museum.
Can you read this, Brink?
What do you think?
I think that's Maggie's department.
Okay, so it didn't give him the ability...
I don't want to be bothered with things like this.
to translate. Okay, sorry I asked.
What do you think the chances are that scientists back on Earth will be able to figure out these life crystals and make more?
This is dangerous.
They have to.
This is dangerous.
You have no idea how good it feels to have such strength surging through my body. And not just my body. My mind has never been so alert.
I don't think...
We have to find more of these crystals.
I don't think so.
More and more of them.
You're freaking me out, Brink. Oops.
Keep your eyes open for any metal plates like the ones we found back on Attila. I think if we find the right ones, they may fit in a triangular alcove in the Nexus.
And if they do fit, what would happen?
I have no idea, Brink, but I still think it's worth searching for them.
And then we're gonna tell him about the lights.
The ghost we saw that led us to that hole you fell through. I saw another one at the museum spire.
A museum guide?
Whatever these ghosts are, I think they're trying to lead us to something.
Ah, but are they leading us somewhere we want to go?
Okay, thanks, Brink.
Thanks.
Let's revive Chester Bennington. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to watch the playthrough until now, but can we talk about how crazy this concept is for a point and click from the 90s? It's great, and it absolutely delivered on Outer Wilds follow-up. Not that that is related to the 90s, because it's actually the prequel, but dang. And no worries, Why Miser. I totally understand. There's a VOD. There's a highlight. I'll tell you all my thoughts on the first day some other time. Hope there's no ghosts in here. What's up? Hey Mel, welcome in. I'm not convinced it's a ghost yet, but Boston is completely convinced it's a ghost. I think it's more of communication from wherever these beings are. And it's talking to us, and that's how it talks to us. This is day 2, yeah. A lot happened the first day, and then we started out really slow for the first, like, 40 minutes to an hour of this game today. Not anymore. You're gonna do a reaction video? Oh my gosh. Yo, that's an energy phoenix. Yeah. I like it. Oh, do you follow us now? Okay, yeah, now we have a buddy. Are you strong enough that you can power up the tram? So what did this accomplish? Let's go look at the tram with Brink with us. The broken tram. And then then I guess we'll just go back to Maggie. Watch the VOD at the same time as this for extra confusion. Okay. His expertise is digging.
Nothing happened.
I'm emotionally strong enough to run the tram. It's an emotionally taxing responsibility for sure. Alright, he doesn't really care about the tram. Do you have any other dialogue options? No.
Never mind.
He's an archaeologist, yeah. We have an archaeologist and a reporter and a Boston. We've opened the door to the other tram to go see Maggie, but that's it. We haven't opened this one. Oh, did we try the wire on the panel? I thought I did, but let's try it again.
There's nothing to attach it to.
Nothing to attach it to. And I was surprised that the tusk is actually getting some...
Let's see if we can pry the cover off.
Okay, what? No. I was surprised that we got a response with the tusk for things earlier, because I hadn't been using it on much. But we tried the tusk on the sparks, and we tried it on something else, and it said, like... Oh, I don't remember. Stream Sicko, it's welcome in. I dig this game. I do. Without the pun, I do dig this game. They'll disappear.
It's a
okay.
mess in here.
It's a corroded mess in
Some
here.
of the connections have been broken, but
It's not getting any power. Good thing we picked up this wire. That seems safe.
Let's see if we can get something flowing from this broken conduit on the floor.
No, that's fine, Why Miser.
If
That's
I don't
usually like
electrocute
point and
myself in the
clicks. They'll
process.
disappear once you can't use them anymore. A lot of point and clicks have that. And the wire's
Should have been an
gone.
electrician.
No, I don't think that's your strong suit, dude. Did we pick up that panel? No, we put it back on. So, okay, let's look at this. But we don't have another rod. Shoutouts to the game for teaching me to connect the power to the dead battery first. Good advice. More than advice, honestly. I have to say the color of the pants makes me think of prison. We were wearing orange jumpsuits, I guess orange spacesuits at the beginning, but now we just have the pants on. I want to go back. I want to go back and see Maggie.
Brink.
No, I don't want to talk to you.
Never mind.
Never mind. We're in a space cave. Yeah. Every time I jump in a car, I say that line without fail. I can't use these two things together. It's burned in my brain now. Can we skip animations too, or just dialogue? I don't think we can skip this, but why would we want to? If we do this, if we end up needing to do that a lot, then maybe we'll skip it. So this area has the weakened door. We can open this with Brink now. Help us open this door. We used a shovel on it earlier, but we couldn't do it by ourselves. Now that you're in peak physical condition, Brink.
I need some help to pry this door open.
Are you... Come on.
Such a primitive archaeology tool.
Help me open the door, dude. I need some help.
I need some help to pry this door open.
Yeah. Wait. Brink, please.
Brink.
Help me open the damn door. Ugh.
Never mind. Brink.
Is there not... I'm gonna tell my kids this is marbles on stream. Yeah, with the blue ball for a tram.
You still feel okay, Brink?
I don't care how you feel right now. This door is so heavy. If only I had someone to help me. Let's use the tusk.
Brink, would you give me a hand with this?
You're using an alien tusk as a pry bar?
You got a better idea?
Sure.
On
What?
three.
What is wrong
1,
with this?
2, 3.
Oh my. Is this glowing crystals? Oh.
That was the longest visit from a ghost yet.
The whole display centered on this basin. It's full of crystals.
Brink, stay away from those.
Are these the life crystals?
Those are death crystals.
Like the one you used to bring me back to life?
No. No.
They look like it.
Did you not?
Then it couldn't
Did
be
you not
more
see
clear.
the skull?
These life crystals are the reason they brought us to this world.
No.
They have found the secret of life, and they want to share.
Weren't you watching that? I don't care what language you speak. That
Oh my
ghost shaped
God.
itself like a skull. It was...
Thank you, Alien Tusk, for the Ko-fi donation. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for buying me a coffee. Truly though, thank you for that tip. I appreciate it. Here comes a coffee from an Alien Tusk. You don't hear that every day. Yeah, I think so too, streams. We just use the tusk on everything. I don't know, we use the tusk on the panel, so I thought maybe I should use it on the door as well. And then we got a fun dialogue line. And I need to remember to just click on things without an item, because I've forgotten to do that before as well. Real MVP is the tusk, yeah. For once, Boston is the one talking sense and saying that that ghost is warning us not to touch these dang crystals. Maybe if we use the crystal on Maggie, I bet she would have said, don't do that. Get that thing away from me. Because I feel like it's dangerous to use it on a living person, but I don't know.
Yes, these crystals are dangerous.
It was the symbol of death, Lo. These crystals are the antidote for death.
No,
That's what it meant.
no.
What if there are side effects?
Aren't these like sharp,
Did you think of that?
pokey spikes all over the room saying don't do it?
The side effect is that I feel better than I ever felt before.
Dude.
If you had used the life crystal on yourself, your mind would also be as clear as mine. And you'd see that there is nothing more important than getting these crystals and using them.
Brink, I think you're wrong. I think we need to be careful.
These aliens are kind and good, Commander.
We don't know that.
They have given us a gift.
Yeah? Well, if this is all so perfect, where are
They might be
these
kind
aliens?
and good. We haven't met them yet,
Maybe
though.
they've moved on to a higher plane of existence.
Or maybe they're all dead.
The brink of death.
See how badly your brain is working.
True, true,
How
true.
could they be dead? They invented these life crystals. Commander, I feel sorry for you. Still tied down by an ordinary mind and ordinary fears. But I feel too good to want to argue with you. Believe what you want.
Brink is talking like someone with an addiction.
I'm taking as many of these crystals as I can
No,
carry.
dude, no, 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 don't touch those! You're gonna die again! You're gonna die all over again.
Well, I'm gonna take some for
No,
study
don't,
back on
don't,
Earth.
no, you
I'm just not gonna use them.
But you will, Commander.
Put them back.
It won't
Oh,
accomplish
come
anything.
on. There's a canister in here. That is an explosive. I'm sure I'll take it.
Maybe I should take one more life crystal.
How many do we have? So many. Okay, let's save because I feel like now that we're carrying these, we could die and get a game over screen. Yeah, we can replace that file. So they're like an extra life in Super Mario? Yeah. An ideologue. Skull means life. Sure. Sure. What happens if we do this? Take another? You just keep taking more and more? Is this... Am I gonna be tested on this later? How many times I took a crystal? Yikes.
Brink. What do you think the chances are that scientists
Okay, this is
back
the
on
same
Earth
from
will just-
earlier.
They have, and not just my. We have.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Let's leave.
Brink.
No!
Never mind.
Click the door, not the brink. Do you think we can use the canister on the ruined door to blow it up and open it? I don't know that's what we're supposed to use the canister on. They
Nothing
showed
could open this door.
the canister with... Sorry, the pages of my notebook are right next to the mic. It's probably kind of loud. They showed it with... It looks like a mountain or a wall. And then it turns into an arch. It's like a giant tablet thing. But maybe that could be a door. I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet. Let's keep moving. What happens if I click the ruined door?
Nothing could open this door.
Nothing could open this door. So we gotta blow it up. Wangadude, welcome in. Hi. That is our friend who was dead. He's now alive again. and accompanying us on our journey. Oh, there's a fossil? I missed that. Let's dig it up. Brink, do some archaeology on this fossil for us. Are you gonna say to use the tusk because it's gentler? Use shovel with exit. Is this showing us the skeleton of the turtle? Is the turtle dead now?
I can't use these two things together. I can't use these two things together. It won't accomplish anything.
It won't accomplish anything. My internet shot me 30 seconds in the past. No, Magus. Gotta get back to the future. How did I not notice this before? Weird. Sup? Oh yeah, we saw this last time. I think. No? We saw that creature, but we didn't see the turtle get eaten.
Gross. Hey, Brink.
Gross.
Do you think...
Where's Brink?
Brink? Brink?
Uh-oh.
Where are you? Brink, answer me.
What is happening? That's the symbol from one of the animations. It is zoomed out. It's like the whole map of all the islands around the Nexus.
Maggie, Brink's run off.
Where did he go? Back to the
He
crystals?
wasn't acting very rational when we found a big supply of life crystals. I'm afraid maybe those things are addictive.
Who said the addict line?
Or they altered his personality or something. A ghost tried to warn us, but Brink was feeling too cocky to listen to good advice.
This is scary.
Just when this place starts looking benign, it finds new ways to be dangerous.
Anyway, I'm going on without him. I can't think of anything else.
I'm going. What?
I'll try to contact him now and then, see if he's willing to talk.
Thanks, Maggie.
We're so defeatist. Oh, I guess I can't think of anything to do. I didn't even try.
Nobody wants to stay with me. Maybe it's my deodorant.
No, it's just you.
I think it failed somewhere back there on Attila.
Oh my god. Okay, let's go pick up the loose bones. Let's put together the... Can I turn this? Yeah. And we can use that other area as a reference. This is weird looking. This looks like a mix of a couple different things. Like, this looks like... God. What does this look like? I think there's too many bones. And I don't think they all fit in this skeleton. And I think the picture from the other area is telling us how to do this. It has 6 legs sticking off the sides. It has a spade on one end. Oh, interesting. What? No. It's locking it to where one of the legs goes, I think. I think that's right, maybe. A dead guy is addicted to life crystals. Yes. And I haven't tried to call him yet or go back to the room with the life crystals, and I think I probably should. But look, now I've got this cool puzzle to work on. Do these stay put if I go back over here and look at this? I'll probably draw a diagram. What happens if we call him? Do you think he doesn't pick up? I know Maggie said she would try to call him from time to time.
Brink, come in, Brink.
I like that. It was very
Great. He's decided to play
dramatic when it zoomed out. Brink!
Well, I don't have time to waste on
Brink!
children's games.
Where are you, Brink? Hey, Studelt, welcome in. It is a strange game. Strange game, strange puzzles. We've got this body midsection with the legs coming off it. I am not 100% sure what goes in the center there yet. There's like rib cage going throughout, and then we've got this other section with a spade looking head thing coming off of it. Then there's a longer tail with another spade looking almost thing coming off of it. This is hard to read. I wish they gave us a different view of it. Of course we have the latest Palm Pilot technology. Did you all have Palm Pilots? Did your parents have Palm Pilots? I think my dad had a Palm Pilot. Maybe my brother. They were a big deal. You did, yeah. That just... How many times has this game unlocked parts of my memory and or brain? I'm sad that the turtle died. I liked that turtle. I like the look of the phones. Phones in 95 did not look like that, so they did well making them look futuristic and realistic. Yeah, someone was like, dang, that's not bad for a futuristic phone. For an iPhone before iPhones. I did not encounter a Palm Pilot until well after college. My uncle had a Palm Pilot and made him the coolest dude I knew, yeah. Draw out the image. I did make a rough drawing. I just wish that it wasn't like from the side and that it was more of a top-down view, because that's how this loose bones thing is. It did reset though. No, it didn't. I almost think this goes this way? No. 'Cause there's... Oops. Oh, okay. Bear with me, I'm gonna get this wrong a lot before I get it right. Stuff is overlapping really weird. What is this? Oh. Weird. Because you can tell that some of these mirror. Right? Like this is the mirror of that. But it needs to connect to something. No, that is not where I wanted that to go. Can I put you down somewhere? That's fine. Home from work. Welcome back, Shameen. I wanted a Palm Pilot but never found cheap one from secondhand marketplaces. Yeah. Oh no, you're fine, Wiley. That's a good suggestion. I feel ya. It's all good. I feel like this doesn't look like the tail at all. Or is that the tail or is that the head? I feel bad not knowing. I wish I could see the live one again. And if the legs were, they're curving forward, so this is, I think, going the wrong way. Something's in the way here. This looks wrong. Can I move this out of the way? Yeah. Can you connect to this thing? No? This is very strange. No, put that down! I don't like the controls with this. I don't like anything about it. Need a pic of a fossil with better contrast? Maybe. Anyone read Man After Man? I was half expecting the inside of the turtle to be human. I just wish there was a better... I wish they had all the pieces in a bank to the side and you didn't have to put them down someplace. This is wrong. There's this little thing... There's like a T thing by this. And then I think this is what goes back here. But maybe... Can I put you down somewhere? Maybe this is actually what goes back here, because does that fit with that thing? No. And it makes like a little click when it clicks into place. A T thing, that's a good idea. Nice. Why? Why would you lock in like that? That's not where you go. I don't think that looks right at all. Maybe this was the tail, because the tail looked like it kind of curved out. If that's the tail. I think the thing up there is the tail and this is the head. This looks wrong though. I don't know. Turtles are so complex apparently. Well, it is an alien turtle after all. Alright, let's go look at it again. It just doesn't seem like they even match. No. So, there's a thing... Okay, now I can make a more detailed drawing because I know what pieces I have available. The back legs are the ones with the, what, like femur. It has two bones next to each other. And then the little claw hand. If those are the back legs. I don't know. Maybe that's not. Maybe that's the front of it. I'm sorry. Because there's a thing that looks like a pelvis. And the thing on the right... Because there's like a circular thing that looks like maybe it has ear and eye holes. So maybe the head is on the left and I have it turned around. And then there's a big spade that doesn't have any holes in it. Which is the thing attached to the right hand side. It's symmetrical and it comes to a point. There's only one bone that looks like that. And then it has, oops, that has sort of a neck. Or a, I don't freaking know. I don't know how the smaller thing is attached to the bigger... I feel bad calling it torsos and pelvises because I now am unsure which is the head and which is the tail. And I want to see it alive again because I feel terrible. Once the puzzle is completed, is the turtle coming back alive? I don't know what the goal is here. I'm confused as you are. But it gave us something to do and it was intriguing enough for me to do it. We do have life crystals, so maybe we can alive the turtle. Okay, that seems right. And this goes here. Can you go here? No. It's time for my favorite ska band, Loose Bones. Yeah. I was so excited to see someone playing the dig. Welcome in. Jerbear, hi. Happy weekend. Happy time zone. Turtlemancy. Yeah. I'm struggling, but we're gonna get this. I don't know what this is. Oh, maybe this is... maybe more of that situation. I see. Okay, I think it's looking better. Is this actually... what the hell? That's not what I grabbed. Oh, I see, because that whole thing is connected right there. Okay. That looks weird, but maybe correct. Okay. Shoulder blade. Head and neck. Because of the holes, the eye holes, right? Pelvis. Tail. Is this going the wrong way? No? It seemed right. But would something have happened? Take a picture? It's a weird looking critter. Can I use the... No, I can't use my inventory from here. It looks wrong. It looks so wrong. Oh, is this maybe? Are you fussing? Are you fussing? You want some treats? My cat is on the... Oops, you can't see her from there. I'm looking at my drawing. What about this? No, because if the spine, if the ribs go two different directions, that wouldn't make any sense. Let's put a crystal on the loose bones. This game is weird, man. If we put it back together wrong, do we create a monster? Did I just do very evil things? Oh my god, I hate it so much.
Damn. My knowledge of alien anatomy is weak and it shows.
What have I done? Oh my god. Oh no. Why Miser? What? How old were you when you played this? Here, hang on 1 second. Better to die than have all your bones in the wrong places. I was 10 or younger. I would have nightmares. I don't want to play this game anymore. How are you supposed to... Oh my god. Okay, so... That's why they give you infinite crystals, in case you mess up that puzzle enough and you need to go get more. You were in high school? That's a little better than being, like, younger than 10 and playing this. Yeah, I think I was close. I wonder if it resets once you put the crystal in. I just don't know how from this you're supposed to see... I guess it looks a little higher contrast on my OBS than it does on the game screen. How you're supposed to see the different torso and pelvis things. Maybe I have these other two legs swapped around. Because this piece, I think, looks right. This all seems very strange. Oh, I was like, where is my cat? She's right next to me. Let's try again. We're trying to alive the turtle, but I honestly don't know why. What if we're just trying... If this is it... Oh, it does reset. Damn it. If we're bringing this turtle back to lure the big monster again, I will be angry. I will be upset. Maybe that neck bone was wrong. I think I had it going the other way. No, that's not where you go. I think this is looking better. I think I had maybe the different leg pieces mixed up. And the spine, this like rib cage situation was out of order. But okay, safe word, will you know when it's right from this screen? I don't think so, right? BB activity in the background. She climbed back on the table. I keep spinning the wrong way. Because the thing I can't tell from the other screen is this bone, if it's facing the right or wrong direction. I don't think so. The only way to know is through resurrection murder. Perfect. Or like, you have to do resurrection murder to figure out if this bone is facing the right way. That looks wrong to me. That seems right. Alright, let's try it again. This cursed game. And we like run away and hide in shame. What is our deal? I was right, and you literally just bring it back for it to get eaten? I hate this. I want to do puzzles, and I did the puzzle, and all it did was more death. Let's put the canister inside of the skeleton somehow. This is, what is the game? Nevermore. It's Nevermore. We put explosives, no, because you can't get to your inventory from here, inside the skeleton of the turtle so that the monster eats it and then explodes. Oh my god. No, we're gonna go back and see if what's-his-face is in this room. I don't think so. Yeah, he's not here. How many crystals do we have left? A zillion? Let's go see Maggie, I guess. So what happens if we had made it to Maggie with Brink still in tow? I wish he was still with us. We still have this strange device that I don't know what to do with. Let's press the button.
I can't open it.
Oh, I can't open the panel. Can we tusk open the panel?
I can't use these two things
I think I tried to shovel open the panel. Does the jawbone go with the turtle? No, there's no way. Oh, we can get to our inventory from here.
It won't do anything. It won't do anything.
It won't do anything. It won't do anything. This cat is just having a time today. Alright. We are, yeah, I tried the tusk. I know we gotta use it everywhere. We're gonna take another quick stream break. I'm gonna grab a snack and brainstorm, and then we'll be back and try some more of this. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate you. Be back soon. Welcome back, humans. I had a snack. Phoebe is eating a little more of her dinner from earlier, too, since she didn't finish it. Can you see her from this camera? If I move, you can. She's chilling. Thank you. We will go for a little bit longer. And then I guess we're just gonna keep playing the dig on other streams because I keep having to break it up into small parts. But I don't mind it. It's fun. Let's keep going. I want to go see Maggie. I want to talk to her and see if anything has changed. This room we don't really need to look at anything. Again, I took pretty good notes. Oh wait, this is the library. The upper level is displays. I don't recall any more Nightmare Turtle puzzles. That was rough. I took perfect notes. You know, I did okay. Hey, Maggie.
Yes?
I just wanted to say hi.
Robbins. Have you seen this boy?
What?
Nothing.
Is that a reference to something? Why are we so weird?
Do you think those crystals had anything to do with Brink leaving?
Who knows what side effects they might have? Still, it's pretty amazing that they work at all.
Do you think that he's back by where we first landed, maybe?
I wish I knew how these life crystals work. Brink's probably using them on himself right now. Getting some kind of high.
I just hope he isn't killing himself.
Oh god.
Maybe life crystal isn't the right name for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I found this in the museum. Can you read it?
It's a Terminator 2
It's
reference?
not the same set
Oh,
of
okay.
symbols I'm finding in the database here. I don't think it's
The
designed
devil's
for strangers to be
crystals.
able to read it.
So, like...
Thanks.
Can we use a crystal on Maggie? I know I mentioned that, but I feel like that's a really bad idea. I mentioned that because Brink was the one who said it. He was like, anybody that uses one of these could, maybe they could translate it. Oh, there's a console over here too? Or is it the same console?
The screens must be part of one large computer.
Okay. Fun. What do we think? Do we science it out?
Robin.
Do we use a crystal on Maggie? Excuse
Never
me.
mind.
I feel like it's risky. We can save first. Science. I bet it doesn't say anything. Maybe she wants one. Oh, it just says show.
None for me, thanks.
Yeah. Can I show this to you? Yeah.
No thanks. Explosives make me nervous.
Okay, fair. Reasonable. If I show you the one we haven't used yet...
I don't know how we could have missed that when we first walked in. It's beautiful.
That's pretty. I'm just watching BB. She's finishing her dinner. Can I show you these teeth?
The teeth are very sharp.
We don't have the wire anymore. Oh, what happens if I use this in here?
There's a signal here, but I'm
Nothing.
not getting a clear reading. It doesn't point in any direction.
It seems like it would give off a lot of light.
Give off a lot of light. Interesting. Oh, and we haven't combined lots of things
It won't do anything. It won't do anything.
in our inventory yet.
There is no reaction. crystal is making the teeth
Oh yeah, we did
twitch.
that.
It won't do anything.
Okay. I don't think we're at a standstill to where I need to combine every item in the inventory with everything else. At least not yet. So maybe we do use the explosive on that door. I don't know. Let's try it. And we need to figure out how to power the tram. I feel like we're done here for now. Why, Miser? We finished the turtle puzzle only for the turtle to get eaten again. It was evil. But I don't know if that's the finish, but I didn't want to see the turtle die over and over, so I left. It was so gruesome and horrific.
I can't use these two things together.
Why can't we blow up the door?
It won't accomplish anything.
Oh. Okay, let's go back. Something about this place looks too cold to be walking around in a t-shirt. Yeah, I know. I was skeptical when they all first took off their spacesuits, but I guess it's fine. I guess the atmosphere is fine. I don't get it. It's shorts weather? You think so? Well, that one area looks like... Oh, how do I skip animations? Escape. The one area is this dry, cracked, deserty ground. It looks like maybe that would be hot. I don't know. We're gonna go back to the Nexus. Keeping an eye on this cute cat behind me.
There's a huge amount of energy flowing along this column.
Yeah, great. What if we blow up this bit of rocks?
It won't accomplish anything.
Boo. Did we try? Can we like dig this stuff out of the way
two things together
to find where the panel is?
It won't accomplish anything.
Use Tusk with everything. Best lava lamp ever, yeah. Maybe Brink is back up in the canyon.
It's radiating energy.
Here, have a crystal.
I can't use these two things together.
Here, have a tablet.
It won't accomplish anything.
Here, have an explosive. Oh. Oh, that was weird. I think I accidentally made him move instead of using the item. Here, have a blue crystal.
It won't accomplish anything.
This part looks warmer, yeah. And we can go back out in the clearing. But I don't think we need to keep backtracking. I'm just stalling because I don't know what to do next. Do any of you have a... Don't tell me exactly like what to do next, but do any of you maybe have a hint?
The door's still humming.
Well, do I have to do the turtle thing again? Because we brought it back to life and then it died. So were we supposed to keep feeding that monster? I don't want to do that. Can we just feed it some of these plants? Here, use the jawbone to pick up some glowing plants.
It won't accomplish anything.
We did feed it once, though, and nothing happened. It spit out the bones again. Oh, we have to kill the big thing? Wait, okay. You didn't watch you play earlier? I'm kind of ready for... Well, let's go back over there. Because I get the sense this game doesn't have a ton of backtracking, and I've been doing a lot of backtracking just to remember where everything is. And you have to come back to the Nexus a fair amount. But why would we want to... I don't understand why we would want to kill creatures here. What does that accomplish? Just so we can bring them back to life again? Oh, thank you, Y-Miser. That's super helpful. But I guess we do... I guess went along with something you said earlier. Yeah, sure, Jer Bear, you can. And Wiley... I don't... Are you wanting to say that too? You can say your guess as well. That's fine. Just don't get too far ahead of me. Let's stick to the turtle situation. So I have to do this again. That's fine. Everything is fine. Nope. I'm just watching my cat to make sure she's doing okay. I remember him making a comment when you first came across the monster about why... Oh, I don't remember what we saw when we first saw the monster, or what we said. I remember personally going, oh wow, it really is like Riven because, you know, cool aquatic wildlife. But that doesn't help me solve the puzzle. Hey Jacob, welcome in. This game is gruesome. Oh no, don't click exit. No, I need this bone. Okay, good. I think that's right. Is that right? I think so. No, we're missing a leg. Oh, because these are off. I need to move this up. I think that's right. Looks okay. I don't remember the exact comment, but I can tell you I remember. You mentioned a different game, I think, where you had to put a bomb in something and feed it to a monster. Oh, yeah, Nevermore. Yeah. I was wondering if we have to do that, except I can't get to my inventory from here.
You just need a little something to make you complete, my friend. How about a little alien explosive device?
I was... How... Okay. Oh, hang on one second. I wasn't ready? We need an alive, cuddly creature to help us get through this. I was literally joking about Nevermore. We were talking about it last stream. How I never thought my knowledge of Nevermore thought my knowledge of Nevermore would get me anywhere in life. That game was so scary. We were talking about it because I was terrified of it as a kid. This cat is so precious. You had it exactly right earlier when you said you had to use the explosive. I was like, oh no. Definitely wasn't serious, but I should have tried it for science. I revived it just to kill it, and then... No, this is the worst. I revived it for it to die because I revived it incorrectly. Then I revived it... No. It got eaten. It died of natural causes, and we should have left it alone. But then I revived it for it to melt into goo because I revived it wrong. I tried to play God. Then I revived it for it to get eaten. And now I'm reviving it again for it to get blown up. I hate it. Okay, goodbye. That's the end of the dig. Just kidding. All for science! For science! I gotta take care of this cat really quick. I will do one of these because I'm sure some of you are new and don't know why I have to do this real quick. Okay. Back on. Good girl. Good job. Let's get you a treat. Ready? Come here. There you go. Okay. Yonk, welcome and how are you? I need one of these emotes, but we're crying inside. Oh. Alright, so now I use the stuff. So, what is this even gonna look like? Oh, I feel terrible. Boston, I hate us. Oh, you don't see much, but...
Boom.
Gross. Been listening on my icy walk to get food for the week. The turtle sequence had me laughing. Oh, his death will not be in vain, for he will protect his people from future deaths. Oh, sevens. Oh.
Now that the water's safe for swimming, I think it's time to see what's in that underwater cave.
Oh. Oh, look at us go. This is cool. This is pretty. Wow. F's for Turtle Friend. 1995 to 2022. The visuals in this game had no right to be this good. Phoebe, you can't eat any pita chips. I'm sorry. Pita chips are not for cats. These colors are so nice. I'm also learning accordion now. I'm the only person I've seen play an accordion in New York City, which is a plot twist. That's cool. How difficult is it to learn, Yonk? Do you have any other musical instrument background? Because I feel like piano, like the keyboard aspect of it translates, right? She's sniffing or trying to eat them for real? I think just sniffing. I think she just wanted to sit where the bag was and she was sniffing the bag while she was sitting there. I just moved him out of the way. She tried to eat a salt and vinegar chip yesterday and I was really surprised that she was interested in vinegar. What if is for cat? BB probably. Yeah. She'd eat anything. The accordion would be so hard to pick up. Literally and mentally. New engraved rod. Yes. We are making progress. It's orange, and then there's a plate. Nice. That's important.
Sometimes life is scary and dark. That is why we must find the light.
Mystic, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Holy moly. Welcome everyone to the human race, courtesy of Mystic. Enjoy your earth badges, your emotes, your ad reviewing. We're so glad to have you. Oh, I didn't mean to leave that room. Thanks Mystic. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. I'm learning piano accordion because I live for piano. The left hand is both easy and tricky, a bit too ranty to put in Twitch chat. It's fascinating if you play any previous instrument. That's so cool. If you wanted to share in the Discord, you can. I don't mind it in chat either. It's fascinating. Max had a thing for marinara sauce. Oh, Jenna the human got one. Elf Lady. Oh, Matt got one. House of Paul Hingelheimer. Welcome everyone. I post my soundtrack practices in there when I can. Heck yeah. Ooh, Phoebe. She's going for the hummus now. Thank you for the lurk, Mystic. Thank you, thank you. All the love. Oh yeah. Vendrana drifts. A new rod. Going to play D&D. We'll be back in a few hours. Sounds good. I don't think we'll still be going. We're gonna wrap up pretty soon. Unfortunately, I have to do a shorter stream today, but thanks for stopping in. And I hope D&D is really fun. Wait, why does it say water? Can we just observe it from here?
Nice view.
Nice view. Is that all there is in here? Oh man, so we do have to backtrack. Let's see if there's anything else in the cave, and then... I don't think so. What a lot of work to go through for those 2 items. I'm imagining him in the studio recording all these lines. Nice view. Let's go back and put the plate in the slot, and then we'll put the panel in the slot as well. No, the rod. Come on. Come on. She's being a little fussy today, so it helps that we're doing a shorter stream so I can just keep her entertained and happy. Oh, thank you for the double click. That is a game changer. Get it? Because you do have to come back to this room a lot. It makes moving between places to try stuff way less time consuming. It affects your decision making when you're like, do I want to go all the way back there right now? And now it doesn't take that long. So we can put this into place. We're still not done with that. Throws turtle skeleton into the water. Yeah, I wish. It's gone now. It's in the water. It went back to its from where it came. Trav, hi, welcome. Thanks for using your channel points for the map challenge. Assuming your computer isn't from 98, fair enough. Happy Friday, happy weekend. Cheers. I used to lay down on my computer bench and take naps while the new sections would load. Dang. Those were the days. Although now you have to hear me clicking furiously. Let's do... It must be this one. Does this door look orange to you? And we'll try it. I think this is the only other one. that we have access to. So this is BD20, RD20, right? GD20, B, what is this last one? Oh, I see it now. I couldn't tell what it was before, but it has pentagons as all the faces. There's a door you repaired? Did we restored a D12, thank you. Did we restore power to it, but we couldn't open it? Because we didn't have a rod. This one looks more yellow. Have the colors matched? Yeah. What colors do we have? Red, purple, orange, yellow, but it doesn't say that it's yellow. Oh, no, dude. Stop that. Never thought to check the colors match the doors? Maybe they don't. I don't know how I would know which is which. Blue, red, green, blue. Click, 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 and then blue D12. That was it. It does match. Orange. Yeah, the color, I think the colors do match. Imagine doing this to get into your locked door every day. It's a lot of clicking through just to get to the color you want. Let me just pull my rod out of my keychain. Let's see what's inside. Yay, new tram! Does this one work, do we think? Yeah. That one works. Let's look around the rest of the area before we jump in. This is a large tram hallway. Oh, that's it though. Okay. So we've got a whole new area to explore next time.